Okay, what's up, guys? It's Dakota again. Today is uh, March 23rd, Monday. First week of the market open this week. Simply going to give a rundown of the charts that I sent out earlier this morning and see if any moves played out. See if any moves that are going to be set up for the rest of the week that you guys can capitalize on. Let's go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so I really sent out, I believe I sent out three. Yeah, I sent out all three of these. Okay, first one I sent out, and I actually sent this out last week as well. Said look for I said look for USHF to drop here about 500 pips to the bottom of this weekly descending channel, right? Or weekly channel, right? Price is fluctuating this way. Dollar has been pretty strong recently, but definitely looking for it to tank over the next 2 weeks because of, especially when like NFPs come out. So looking for that swing here. And honestly, I think, can we get that further? We can potentially move that down a little bit further. I'm going to zoom in some. Go down to the 5 minute and extend this. And essentially, our entry is right here. Impulse correction. Evening star right there. It's a real easy, simple move. Noah said his first take profit for about 60 pips, I believe. 60 or 70 pips. All right, so we should see a deeper retracement. That's why I put our stop loss above that point. I'm going to extend this so we can see what's feasible on our weekly time frame. A feasible move. Looks like we're going to have to go down to the daily. That's better. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I would like go for with this. I mean, you could come all the way down to here, but I like this level. You don't really need more than a 6 to 5 risk reward ratio. You don't really need more than a 3 to 1, honestly. But I mean, the opportunity is there. I showed it to you guys. It's your job to capitalize off of it. Okay, next one, GJ. GJ, if you understand Rinkos, or if you know about Rinkos, let me actually stop sharing for a second so I can be sure I don't show anything that I'm not supposed to. There we go. Perfect. Okay, like I said, I know a lot of people have been asking me about Rinkos and like what's the Rinko strategy. Like I said, I only teach that to my private students. Okay, and essentially what's happened is our Rinko setup has actually gone ahead and set up for us. So we're looking for a long-term trade here, a long-term buy. And on the candles, just looking for different opportunities to actually enter on that. So let's go ahead and look at what's going on right now. Trade I sent out this morning, have this impulse here, got this correction here, got this nice little kill zone. And in this kill zone, I'm looking for an opportunity to enter every single time I get a JCP, right? And so far, it's giving me one JCP. I believe it was on the 5 minute time frame. I forget if it was now it looks like it was on 30 minute or 15 then. Okay, evening start here. I considered that. Also have a 3 white soldiers right there, initial entry. Okay, but right now we have this descending channel. Price has shot up, corrected down to retest the top of this channel. Also creating a double bottom here. But all our confirmations are here to enter. So, I mean, I like this trade. I only sell to people that actually practice my strategy to take it because this could potentially scale down as well, just like with any trade that we do. There's a potential uptrend right here, and the trend could have been broken, and we have smaller impulse and correction continuing down. But honestly, I like this buy setup way more than the other setup, that sell setup, because I have a lot more influence going on here. I have a lot more confirmations telling me that price is going to go up instead of down. All right, so that's GJ. Now, finally on EU, it's the last trade I sent out. This is pretty much it, all I sent out. All that I really sent out on here was, I didn't send out this trade. All I really sent out was look for the break of this zone, look for a correction back down to the zone, and then look for a continuation up. obviously, when prices in the zone, look for every opportunity to buy off of the JCP. It's always what I'm going to suggest. It's always what I'm going to say, unless I change something in my strategy. Right, that area is 38.2 right now, and you can see prices actually in that area right now. So it's an opportunity for you to be looking for an opportunity to enter. All right. But yeah. So reviewing this move, and I let me actually bring up the chart that I sent out this entire setup for. I sent out a setup on EU, I believe on Friday. What was the 21st? 21st was Saturday. Okay, I sent out a setup on Saturday at around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. And I said, look for the break of this channel, look for a correction, look for the break, look for another correction, and look for it to continue up. Okay, that is exactly what price did, like dang near to the T. Our channel was like this at the time. Price broke above it, came down, corrected. We zoom into this area. Let me delete some of this stuff so don't confuse anybody. I think that may confuse people because it's drawing a lot of attention. Okay, here. So price broke out of the zone. We're going to grab this, zoom into this area, and see if we get a JCP. The reason I didn't take this opportunity is because I don't trade on Sundays, and I also don't look at my charts at the time that this setup actually happened. It's a 15. But it doesn't matter because we caught money this morning anyway. All right, so here's our breakout. Here's our correction. We got a flag here. Either here or here, we're going to be looking for a JCP. And our kill zone is based right here. Okay, so let's go to 5 minutes, see if there's a JCP. If there's no JCP, there was no entry. And there's an engulfing candle right there. It entered right here at this close of this candle. Came right off the zone, and if you also trade double bottoms, you have an impulse, you got this flag, and on the flag you got a double bottom or W. Here is a second opportunity, and this was an actual opportunity I sent out on my signals chat to buy. There is a 60 pip take profit and a 120 pip take profit. We still have a large potential for this to go even higher. Look at our 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's go to the weekly. Yeah, that's good. Reset. Weekly time frame, we see we're at the bottom of the descending channel. So we're looking for price to come back up and revisit this area up here, the top of the channel, before coming back down or potentially even breaking it, right? So that is what we're going to be holding for. If you've entered down here with me, we're going to be looking for about 200, 300 pips. But the primary move, if you have not already entered with us, look for this correction to finish up, and then look for a JCP in this area, right? And let's see what time frame we're going to be looking for it on. All right, so this is what we got going on. Potential expanding triangle forming. Let's see how many pips we could potentially risk. 100 pips stop loss. Yeah, I think the safest thing for you to do is, like I said, 100 pips stop loss, but you would go for 200 and you only have a 2-to-1. I kind of want to increase that factor since I'm not really sending out as many charts as I usually do. For this next week, well, for last week and this week. Next week I'll start being on the charts as usual. What's right here? I honestly like the 15-minute setup better. I like the 15-minute. If you see a 15-minute JCP in here, that's what I would execute on. That is essentially trades for the week, right? And guys, this is literally how I trade personally. I know usually throughout the weeks, I'm sending out a ton of different charts. I don't trade all those charts. I just send them out for you guys because I know a lot of people look at different things. I like to focus on 1 to 3 pairs, 3 pairs maximum per week. And I really like to focus on 2 because that's when I'm most profitable, focusing on 2 or 1 pair. But essentially just looking at 3 good setups and then executing on them when they actually happen, right? And that feeds 700, like 500, 700, 1,000 pip weeks. Okay. I mean, you don't need to trade 25 in order to catch 1,000 pips. I know a lot of people. I mean, just think if you have this scenario, right? Let's say, whoa, let's say you're trading a ton of pairs, but you end up the week with like 100 pips. It doesn't make much sense. I'm a little confused because I'm not sure why this is not feeding out any information anymore. But yeah, guys, that's essentially it. Another keynote, like I said last time on the call, or on last week's call, that's not on Monday. You should not care about your losses. Okay, do not care about your losses. It's going to make your trading a whole lot easier, and it's going to bring you a whole lot more success. The way that you get rid of that thought process about understanding sample sizes, understanding trading over the long game. Okay, I'm going to always refer back to this sheet that I made for you guys. Sheet that I made for you guys. It helps you to understand how much you should be risking, what lot size you should be using in certain situations. And I recommend you risking 2 or less percent. My personal preference is 1% on every single trade. And I personally go for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. My monthly target is actually 20%, but I do like 5% per week. Oh, we need to fix that. Okay. All right. So, and here, once you have all that information entered, you know your criteria, you know your goal, you know the number of trades that you want to take per week. You have to limit and discipline yourself to take only a certain number of trades per week in order for this to work. Okay. And when you decide all that, you finally have your stop loss. Let's say you have a 50% stop loss on this particular trade. I'm going to be going for 100 pips because I have a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. And the lot size that I'll be using is a 0.2. Okay. It's that simple. There's no math involved at all, other than multiplying this SL times 2 in order to get your take profit, but that's easy. And if you're not good at multiplication, use a calculator. You're not taking like freaking. It's not the SATs. It's not a test. Okay. Also, Google up in here if you don't know. If you got a stop loss of 30 pips, let's just use the same one. You got a stop loss of 50 pips 2 times 2, and it'll give you the number that you need for your take profit. If you're risking 50 pips, you're going for 100 pips. If you're risking 25 pips, you're going for 50 pips. If you're risking 60 pips, you're going for 120 pips. But that's essentially it. And all this information just tells you how many you need to win in order to be profitable for the week. And if you are profitable for the week, how much you'll be earning. And if you turn out to be negative for the week, this is how much you'll be losing. Okay. And you want to do this over a long period of time so you can figure out the average win rate that you have or the worst win rate that you ever had in your life, right? So that you can understand, okay, if I'm usually losing 7 trades every single week and I only win 3 trades every week, what do I have to change in here in order to make those 3 trades that I usually win profitable? Or in ultimately give me profit at the end of the week instead of taking my money at the end of the week consistently. We're looking to be consistent winners, not consistent losers. So it could just be as simple as increasing the risk to reward ratio. It means going for 3 times what you're risking. Do that. If you're losing 7 trades every single week and you only win 3 out of the 10 that you do take, you'll end the week with $200 in this situation, right? So play around with this, get used to it, understand it. And like I said, I have this trading psychology playlist for you guys. and there are videos that literally explain exactly what I'm talking about or exactly how to use that. Okay. I made that from scratch because I personally haven't seen anything like it that I could use. So I made it from scratch and I made it for you guys. So trading psychology. Okay. First four videos explain the concept. Then I would say the next video to watch would be this video right here, 1,000 to 6 figures, 4X. He explains it very, very well as well. Okay. And I think he simplifies it more so than the first four videos. Okay. But the first four videos will actually give you the mindset. This video will definitely give you a logical understanding if it's hard for you to comprehend what Mark Douglas is saying. But I hope that helps. Hope everyone has a great week. Please take advantage of the moves that I sent out this week. And I'll catch you guys next week.